Shalom, everyone, and welcome to the Hanukkah launch party of our brand new initiative, United Against Antisemitism. We are so happy to be with all of you here tonight. We're so excited for the evening we have planned for you. And before we jump into all of that, though, I do want to take a moment to wish all of you a happy Hanukkah and to thank you for spending a little bit of your first night of Hanukkah here with us. So I want to know as well where you guys joining us from in the world. So please go ahead and put your name and where you're joining us from in the world in the chat. And we'll be shouting out some of those a little bit later. And yeah, so I'm so excited to be here, excited to share with you guys what we have for planned for the evening. But before I jump into all of that, I want to go ahead and welcome my co-host for the evening, none other than Beatty. Hi, Beatty.
Hi, I am so thrilled to be here. This is so exciting. I'm so happy we're all together on the first night of Hanukkah.
I know. It's so cool that we're doing it on the first night. That's very nice. And first of all, happy Hanukkah to you. And happy Hanukkah to everyone joining us from all over the world. It's going to be an exciting night. We have a couple of very special guests coming up. We're going to be talking live in just a few minutes to Zach Sage Fox and Yechiel Jacobs. And they've also prepared something special, which we're going to jump into and show you in just a moment. Before we go into all of that, I do want to take a moment to share with you guys why we're all here. Like, what is this new initiative, United Against Antisemitism? And to do that, I'm going to turn it over to Beatty, who's going to share with you guys what this is all about and what we have planned.
So I'm Beatty. I actually spent the last 5 years training as a professional marathon runner for Israel. I'm a mom of 5. And since October 7th, I felt like I needed to do more for the Jewish people. And that's why I'm really excited to be joining Aish, spearheading this brand new initiative, which is United Against Antisemitism. It's our online community we've designed for you to make it super simple to do something to make a difference for the Jewish people every single day. From the comfort of your home, be part of a community, gain connection, resources, hear from experts, get your questions answered. We have bi-monthly speaker series. We have a discussion group. We have ways you can take action every single day. And we have ways you can make a difference in your own life and for so many Jews around the world and come together with people from all over the globe. It's for college students. It's for young professionals. It's for anyone who cares about anti-Semitism and wants to do something meaningful.
Yeah, amazing. This is a brand new initiative that we just launched about 2 months ago. So we're super excited for it. We're super excited to have all of you join it. We're going to be actually putting a link in the chat that you guys can go ahead and sign up. It takes just about a minute, to set up your profile and join the community and get access to all of this exciting stuff that we have coming up. But we decided that there's no better time to do a launch party than Hanukkah, because it's a festive time and the holiday of Hanukkah kind of speaks to exactly what we want to do with this initiative. And that is stand loud and proud against the challenges that we're facing, stand loud and proud as Jews and as a Jewish community and together, because unity historically has always been our superpower as the Jewish people. And that's what we're aiming for with this new initiative. And like I said, we're going to be joined in a few minutes by some very special guests, but it wouldn't be a party if you don't have some music. So what are some of you guys' favorite Hanukkah songs? There is one song I have in mind. I think it's the most popular Hanukkah song. Can anybody guess what it is? Any guesses? Beatty, what's your favorite Hanukkah song?
I'm just going to go with a classic. I think one of the Maccabees Hanukkah songs. We play them a lot in our house. My kids like to jam out to them. I can't even think of a specific one, but we're big Maccabees fans.
Okay, cool. Well, the one I have in mind.
Ooh, I see. I think someone guessed yours. I think.
Someone guessed mine. Okay, so the one I have in mind. Oh yeah, I see it. There is someone out there that did guess the correct answer, and you'll see in a moment what I have in mind. There's a little bit of a twist. So I'm going to play something for you guys that Zach Sage Fox and Yechiel Jacobs has prepared for us, and then you'll see what I'm talking about.
What's up, Yehiel?
What's up, Zach? How you doing?
You know, I was thinking, it's been a tough year for the Jews.
10-7, global rise in anti-Semitism.
Not knowing if you can ever watch a Mia Khalifa video again.
But what's toughest to me is that there's so many famous Jews that have been silent. Zip, zach, nothing. Not saying a word.
Including one of our idols, Adam Sandler.
So we've decided to do a little update on the Hanukkah song.
To celebrate the Jews who have been loud, proud,
and almost died in the West Bank.
Or developed a completely fake accent and personality.
What are you talking about? This is my real voice.
To fight for what is right.
Put on your yarmulke, cause here comes Hanukkah. We've parried this song to show Jews with chutzpah. We're here to celebrate heroes with pride they have shown. Hamas still has our hostages, so let's bring them home.
Montana Tucker's TikToks lighting up our feeds.
Lizzie Savetsky's out there with Dr. S on speed.
He's fixing celebs' noses every Jewish girl's dream.
While Lev Schreiber spoke truth and Magen David.
Modi keeps us laughing. We need that for the soul.
While Deborah Messing's rants remind us of our goal.
Michael Rappaport yelling we're still here.
Reminding every Jew on earth we have nothing to fear.
F. Jerry's mean.
They've never been so fire.
Ben Stiller and I at the ADL, we slayed
Zoolander style.
Schwimmer is that Jewish friend. And
Tishby's book spreads facts.
Jonah Platt's new podcast and Yuri Cohen's Harry back.
Amy Schumer spreading the truth, making sure we're not alone.
Ami Kozak's impressions in that mensch Elon Gold.
Kosher Dills on the mic with raps razor sharp.
James Maslow's big time Russian, Maim Balik's Big Bang Smarts.
Rudy Rachman, Daniel Moshe holding signs with facts.
Noah Koshba shows the world Miss Israel's gonna holla back. Adela Kojak, our Mexican Jew so fierce and bold.
Scooter Braun showing Nova to the whole freaking world.
Julia Hart and her family, the Jewish Kardashians.
Emily Austin interviews on Pierce Morgan, she be bashing.
Eitan's that Jew.
And Shabbos is suing Harvard.
Tiffany Haddish is our black Jew martyr. I don't know if that works anymore.
Andy Cohen, bravo, and Ari Ackelman, so brave.
Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman saves the day.
Eden Golan's song and Elon Levy's voice.
Make sure the world sees that
we're not given a choice.
Oh, and let's give a shout out to the honorary crew. Patricia Heaton's Catholic, but she's there for the Jews.
Floyd Mayweather punching anti-Semitism out cold.
And Andy Buckley's from The Office, CFO Pure Gold.
Douglas Murray's wisdom making the world pause and listen.
Elise Stephanic's hearings calling out college BSing. Why Ahmed and Anil Ali, Muslim friends by our side.
Daniel Ryan Spalding is no queer for Palestine.
So put on your yarmulke. It's time for Hanukkah. Celebrate our strength. Maccabees, they fought for ya. To every Jewish voice who's spoken up this year, we thank you for your courage for the world to hear.
But Adam Sandler, you made the Zohan.
You made us all so proud. Now where's your voice? Come on, speak up loud.
Larry David, Seth Rogen, Andy Samberg too.
Jonah Hill, Mila Kunis.
Come on, we need all of you.
Gary Vee, your hustle.
Now hustle for the Jews.
Let's break the silence, amplify the news.
The anti-Semitism rising, we cannot look away.
Next year in Jerusalem, we pray every day. So put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. Stand proud, stand tall, let's honor all our mishpachutza.
From Tel Aviv to New York, we sing this song as one.
Because we're here forever, Am Yisrael Chai, we've won! Happy Hanukkah to all the Jews and brave Zionists out there.
We need every single last one of you. Let's bring our hostages back.
Keep speaking up. The world needs your light.
Happy Hanukkah. Be proud. Be strong.
Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael Chai. Let's bring them home.
So for those of you who guessed the Adam Sandler song, you were absolutely right. So that was Zach and Yechiel's take on the Adam Sandler song, which I think was a cool thing to do. It definitely was one of my favorites growing up. It was the kind of song that like got stuck in your head, and you just like, even if you didn't want to go with it, you just had to go with it. You know what I mean?
I was nervous my kids were going to wake up. It's so catchy, you know. I thought my son would come out of bed dancing because he hears everything in the middle of the night.
So it's interesting whether the new generation even knows like the Adam Sandler song. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of a more our thing. But anyway, this raises an interesting question that I think they've been doing amazingly well on social media and beyond since October 7th is using comedy to deal with these challenging times. And I think it's something that Jews have always done, you know, try to like take things lightheartedly and try to, you know, put a good spin on it or put a good face on when you're facing challenging times. But without further ado, I think let's just, you know, ask them how they've been able to do this post October 7th. So let's welcome our guest, Zach and Yechiel. Are you there?
How you doing?
Hey guys, how are you?
So it is your real voice.
Yeah, I don't know why Zach was being so dramatic. It's 100% legit. Solid.
So where are you all coming to us from? Tell us where you guys are.
I'm actually in the backyard of a nightclub in Tel Aviv. I just got down here today, and I'm so excited. Normally, when I come to Israel, I'm either on a work. Yeah, I kind of have an agenda, but I'm here on a one-way ticket, which is so nice because I just really have a lot of time to have fun and hang out with friends and just explore even more than I normally get to. So yeah, so excited to be here.
One-way ticket is that? Yeah, does that
I got a one-way ticket. No. As long as my grandmothers are alive, no, I will be living in the United States. But, you know, one day, I think the combo of New York and Israel, like Manhattan, going back to Manhattan and the Holy Land, that's the perfect combo. You know, you come here for vacation, but you get to still live in the States. I live pretty close to my family, so. Very cool.
Well, you got me excited there for a moment, but I guess you still have time, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, we have a couple questions for you guys. On you know what life's been like post October 7th for both of you. Bidi?
Yeah, Yechiel, maybe you want to start because I think it's really incredible how so much changed for you since October 7th, and no one knew you before, right? And
nobody. Yeah.
Give us a little bit of the behind the scenes, what it's actually been like for you. And maybe if you could tell us, like, take us back to that day when like everything flipped and when you knew you were going to the places you are now, you know?
Yeah. So first of all, hi, this is Yechiel Jacob. This is my real voice that does exist. This all started for me a month after October 7th is when I did my first response video. Before that, I was just, you know, a real estate investor, typical, you know, Jewish things that I was doing. And everything was normal. I had my friends and family, but it was never something that was, you know, I'm going to be a comedian or I'm going to be on social media. It wasn't a thing. As a kid, I grew up, I was convinced I was going to be on Disney Channel. And Zach beat me to that. But it was something that like was a thought, but it was never something that I was really serious about. And then October 7th happens and I start seeing all these crazy videos, people denying that it's even happening. People are saying it did happen and it's the Jewish people's fault. And I'm seeing all these crazy anti-Semitic remarks as well as also just factually incorrect things that are going around. I'm like, okay, like I need to do something about it. Like it was bothering me and I need to do something almost as therapy, like to get my mind off of it or just to feel like I'm doing something. And I figured I always was like the class clown. I always made my friends laugh, family laugh. And I always like to do like impersonations. And at the time I was doing an impersonation of Sebastian Maniscalco. I was doing it for my friends and family. So I figured I'm like, let me use this character who Sebastian's character is very much like, he takes things that are stupid and he exposes them so well. Like that's his character. So I figured, let me use this character to respond to these crazy videos and explain why they're wrong, but using humor in a way where people are watching. Like when this all started, when you go on social media, you're like doom scrolling. You're scrolling and it's just depressing things after depressing things. And if you want to know what's going on, you have to watch these really sad videos to get your information. But what my videos allowed it was bringing humor where you get the information that you need, but at the same time, you're walking away with a smile laughing versus walking away crying and depressed. So I tried it. That wasn't the plan originally. For me, it was almost like a therapy just to do a response video. I do it. And then I just started seeing naturally things started falling into place. Like this is something that could really work and people really appreciate it and it could really expose these crazy people. while making our people smile and laugh. And that's how it started. And I just did one video after the next, and it just picked up. And I'm like, okay, this is sick, amazing. And I just kept going.
Was there a point when in your mind you shifted from from Yechiel, the real estate guy, to Yechiel, the activist for Israel? Like, do you remember that moment?
It wasn't, I was always very passionate about Israel, very passionate. So as far as that, it's always been the same for me. Now I have a social media like personality, I guess. So that's different. But for me, is like, as far as my mindset and the way I deal with things, that's been the same throughout. Just now I get to do it, and I have a lot more people seeing it, which is amazing. And it gets out there.
Thank you. Yeah, you really are making a difference. And it's amazing when you see how the talents that you have, and you can think about it. Even you said you were always the class clown. You knew you had that knack. You were able to use that to do something to make a difference for the Jewish people. It's really powerful.
Right. Thank you.
So Zach, maybe share with us how life has been different for you since October 7th and a little bit of your journey.
Yeah. So I think me and Yechiel have different perspectives in the fact that I was in entertainment for a long time. I started my career super young. I was a Disney Channel host when I was in my late teens. I had my own prank show over there. Before that, I was a big YouTuber, or I guess big at the time. I was on YouTube as early as 2008. So we're talking year one, year two, really at the very beginning. And so, my career really started with the internet. And, I've been building the same skill set for a long time, I think. So, the man on the street videos you guys see today, that's the stuff I started doing when I was 14, when I first started my YouTube stuff. So that's the stuff I was doing on Disney. And then when TikTok came out, I had already been in a couple of movies and TV shows, but I never really stopped doing the interviews. And so, I had built about 1 million followers on TikTok and less so on Instagram at the time. But I was just so, Jewishness and Israel had always been a part of my content. If you look, I actually just reposted a video that I'd made, I think just a few months before I started on Disney Channel. And I made a Christmas video in Israel. I'm totally Jewish. I don't celebrate Christmas, but I thought
I did see that. That was actually so funny. Yeah. It's like from like 10 years ago, right?
Oh my God, more 13. Like I was 17, I'm 30. So my comedy was always so Jewish. Like I started doing stand-up before I even started doing YouTube. I was 13, and like I literally re-looked at a bunch of my jokes. I found my old journal, and I re-looked at all my original stand-up jokes, and it was like literally probably 2/3 of it was Jewish jokes because I went to Jewish day school for 8 years. I was bar mitzvah to Chabad. That's the synagogue my dad goes to. He's Chabad. I mean, he's more modern Orthodox, but sort of in between modern Orthodox and Chabad. But I grew up pretty Jewish. Genetically, I'm 100% Jewish. I did like literally I got 100.00% Ashkenazi. Like I didn't even get a decimal of anything else.
So you feel like even before October 7th, you were using the Jewishness in your humor. It wasn't.
Yes. But what totally shifted was the activism element of my career. I was not doing anything even remotely what I would consider Jewish activism, Israel activism. I'd been to Israel many times, but I think I was shielded a bit by such a Jewish upbringing in some ways. And I went to UPenn, which was very Jewish. I lived in LA, which was very Jewish. I lived in Manhattan, which is very Jewish. I didn't realize how bad the anti-Semitism was, although my dad did always tell me it was worse, beneath the surface. But after October 7th happened, I was, sometimes I'll say I was loud and proud because I saw so many Jews not speaking up, but I was just kind of speaking up the second October 7th happened. And I was so shocked that all my peers in Hollywood, from that era when I was on Disney Channel, I really was pretty enmeshed in Hollywood. I met people like Seth Rogen. I mean, I just met so many of these really famous Jews who had made Judaism such a big part of their comedy and their routine and their craft. And so I was just so shocked that they didn't have anything to say about the rapid rise of anti-Semitism, about the hostages, about Israel and all the propaganda. And so my business partner is Israeli. I run a big production company in New York. And so we just we did what felt right to us, which was just to ignore the fear and to just do what was right and to say the right things and to use our company for a cause we care deeply about. And also my business partner is Israeli. So we were like, there was also this comedic conversation of just like, dude, they're going to boycott us whether we say something or we don't, you know? So it's just like, let's just do what we think is right. And hopefully history will look upon us in the right way. And that's what we did. And, you know, now we've had probably about partnerships with 7 or 8 of the biggest Jewish nonprofits. And we've just really tried to take our production company and make viral videos for good. And so we can actually get the message of the Jewish people and of Israel viral and the facts viral. So that's where we are today. So again, not really a shift in terms of what I was doing, but a bigger shift in terms of the activism element of my career.
I want to take a question from the audience that I was actually going to ask both of you. What advice would you give to all of us who are struggling to accept our Jewishness and aren't as vocal about it as other Jews?
You're saying,
yeah, Kelly, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So you're saying for people that feel more shy or more, like, in what way? You're saying they feel like they're
well,
scared
it's coming
to
from the
express?
audience, but you can take it however you perceive it. I think for anyone who might, whether it's you feel nervous to speak about Israel, whether you're not sure how you feel,
Yeah.
you know, broadcasting Judaism to the world.
So I would
you guys
say,
are proudly, visibly Jewish right now.
right. Yeah. So I would say it's not for everyone to be outspoken as much as certain people are. Some people are more shy, some people are more nervous, some people are in situations where it's not safe for them to do so. But I think everyone has a way where they can contribute. So if you're not making a video out there promoting or spreading the truth or awareness, share someone else's video or support that. Or in your own community, I would say, as far as, let's say, for example, the college campuses, the Jews that are living there, for me, a huge thing is be loud and proud of who you are. But certain people, it's actually not safe for them to do so. So it really depends on the situation. But if you're able to, either make your own content or make your own videos, or just speaking to friends and family. Like, a lot of people are their friend circles aren't Jewish and they don't even know what's going on. So just by speaking with them could be a huge way of spreading awareness of what's going on. Or just, you know, sharing content of people that are outspoken and sharing that. But definitely being proud and definitely spreading as much as you can, depending on the situation. But definitely be proud of being Jewish and share that. Okay.
I would love to ask you, Zach, can you tell us a little bit about the Aish ballot that you're participating in as a delegate? Can you tell us what that's about and why you're doing it and why it's important?
Yes, I'm excited. This is for the next Congress, for the World Zionist Congress. And it's really important to have a new generation of voices to be elected into this. And so, you know, I think what I'm really excited about, one, I think Aish understands that social media is important. They were a bit ahead of a lot of the other groups. You know, Aish has been very about Gen Z and very about the social media battle for a long time. And I think, you know, with my expertise on sort of how to get the facts viral in sort of an interesting way, I think that I can really, really bring a lot to the slate. So yeah, vote for Zach for Aish.
Awesome. Also, I think that it's a lot of people are really curious, kind of like, what inspires your funny videos, or like, what is your favorite video that you've produced? Maybe each of you want to share just quickly, like a moment from your experience or something. Where you think of your crazy lines? Like, how can we become comedians?
You need to get really triggered. Okay, that's what happens. You gotta get super triggered. And then the truth is, honestly, a lot of the videos get served, to me at least, like on a golden platter.
Yeah,
like, they say
right.
Crazy things, like insanity, that it's just like the only thing you could do is laugh about it. And I think a big reason why humor is something that I use is because humor, if you approach something that's super ridiculous with a sense of seriousness, and you're almost justifying the stupidity. But if you do it with humor, you're completely throwing it to the side, and then you could bring your point. You completely discard the stupidity. So that's a big thing just with humor. As far as my favorite video that I've done, for me, it's every new video that I do. That's always my favorite video. I don't know if Zach can relate to that, but I always feel like it's the new one that you do. Like, that's the one you connect to the most.
I do relate to that,
you know,
actually.
Right? So that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
So I'm going to turn the tables on you. And just as we wrap up, play a really fast game of categories. Okay, guys, do you know categories?
One second, before you do that, I do want to ask a question. It is Hanukkah after all. And I saw a couple people ask, are you guys a latke or sufganiot type person?
Oh, latke.
Latke?
Latkes are the
I'm a
best.
lot. I
Latkes are the
mean,
best.
I have love for both, but yeah,
Latkes are the best.
Latkes.
Okay, so then
Latke guy.
if you are latke people, then are you a sour cream or applesauce?
Sour cream.
Oh, sour cream, bro.
Zach,
you
I
can't-
would take you for an applesauce guy.
No,
Dude, do you want to
no.
come? Do you want to come, dude? Do you want to come to Israel? And we'll
I know.
split
What are
some
we doing in
latkes?
different places? Hello, we could throw like the best Hanukkah party right now. I mean, we are in it right now. Obviously, Aish all the way. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna put you guys to the test. So this is what you need to do. I've picked a letter for you. I'm asking a couple questions. You have one word and it has to start with that letter. Okay. You guys, you fast, you do stand up, you got
You're messing with my dyslexia here. Okay, I see. No
so
problem.
first question, well, it's just gonna go Zach, Yechiel. You don't have to both answer. Okay. Zach,
you got it.
What's your favorite? The letter is J. Okay. What's your favorite?
Wait. Okay. Oh, so you'll say the thing, but then it has to be with a J?
Yes, you can say one word and it has to start with J. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna be so bad at this. All right, let's do
Or
it.
a
I
sentence
believe in you.
that starts with it. Okay, let's go. So we'll start with Yechiel. What's your favorite?
Go.
I'm putting you guys on the spot.
Go
now.
for it. You know what? Let's just do it.
What's your favorite Jewish tradition?
Judaism next.
Okay, Zach. What do you love most about Hanukkah?
Jews and that they're all around, and no, but the joy.
Oh,
Okay, excellent. Yechiel, how does anti-Semitism make you feel?
Really unsafe.
You got to say it in the accent if you're going to do that one.
Not jolly. I feel not jolly. That's how it is.
Okay, we'll let you go.
Wait, my answer needs to also be with the J again?
Yes, we're still on J.
Okay.
How many
Okay,
words
J,
are there with J?
What's the first thing you do when you get to Israel?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Jump in joy. Boom. I got
No,
you,
probably.
All right, we're
No, I
gonna
really
go.
wanna No.
fast,
It's a
guys.
Okay. First of all, I do jump at the nightclubs. Tel Aviv has great nightclubs, so I jump up and down, have fun.
Two more. Yechiel, what's your favorite Jewish food?
Jolly Ranchers.
Amazing. And Zach, what do you wish your bubby when you want to tell her something nice?
Aw, just I love you.
Okay.
That was
great.
good. That was
Good
good.
job,
Zach.
guys. Good
That was
job.
good.
Keep
That was
putting out
great.
fantastic videos. Keep being proud advocates. Keep inspiring all of us to find the humor in every situation and to just be shining lights for the Jewish people. We appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you.
Awesome. You guys are amazing.
Thank you guys so much for
Happy
celebrating
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah with us. Thank you.
Hanukkah.
Awesome,
have the
guys.
best. You guys
Everybody
are awesome.
watching, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And wait, one thing I'd like to piggyback on, you don't all have to be comedians. You don't all have to be influencers. What I always say is figure out what you're best at and figure out how to apply that talent to Israel and Judaism. And Hashem is going to he's going to pair your skill set with the moment, and you're going to be advocating in your own right. So don't feel pressure that you have to be on camera. Do whatever you're best at and bring that to the table.
Yeah, because I had no idea that this was just me as an example. I had no idea that this was going to turn into what it did. Like no idea. And the fact that it did is just you have to do your shtadlus. You have to put in your work, and then God will take care of the rest. But definitely do what you can.
You guys, I thought you were comedians. You're like Aish rabbis. You guys can replace them.
This is our audition over here.
This is your audition.
Rabbi Zach over here.
I saw the Aish rabbi was on the news last night. I'll take it. How do I sign up?
We'll send you a link to apply.
Awesome. All right. Well, seriously, guys, thanks for watching. And if you're watching this, seriously, go to the link on my Instagram and vote for me for my Aish slate. I'm so proud of it. So proud to be working with these guys. And I really want to get into the Congress and just keep advocating for Jews on the social media battlefield.
And just tell everyone you're going to be in the community and they'll have access to get, inside information about your next videos, right? They're joining us.
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
We're
just
all
follow
in
me
this
in
together.
general. At Zach Sage, I am this close to hitting 150K followers. So if you're that 150K follower, I will give you a hug. I'll fly out wherever you are and I'll give you a
Wow,
real big hug.
I'm gonna remember you said that. I'm gonna hold you up to it. I'm going to unfollow you and follow you back at 149. I'm expecting a hug. And I'm flying to Australia, so you have to pay for an expensive ticket. There you go.
Dang.
Thank you guys so much. Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Happy
See you guys.
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Peace.
Bye. That was great. They're so hilarious. That round, they really did really well. I was like, why did you pick J? That's such a difficult letter.
I have to keep, keep them
Really?
on their toes. But also J's for Jewish. Like I was gonna do
Yeah,
H for
I know. It's a tough letter. They did really well. That was very cool. Okay, so in just a few moments, we're going to be joined by our student panel. But before we do that, we have a giveaway that we're going to be announcing now. B, tell everyone about the first giveaway. The first giveaway is related to our student leaders. And what is it about?
So as part of our United Against Antisemitism community, we have an incredible student board, students all over on campuses all across the United States who are joining, who want to be part of this. And we're going to pick one of you to win a $100 Amazon gift card. We really appreciate every one of you who has been a part in launching this and making our community happen.
And making this night a success. We also want to say thank you for that, for all the students who help get the word out and make this night a success. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pull the name. Got a couple of names in here out of the box. Let's see what we have. Let's see. And the name is, I don't know if she's watching live or not, but the name is Raya Samilov. Raya Samilov.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's amazing. Raya. Woo. Are you there?
I don't know if she's here, but we'll reach out to her and let her know that she is the winner. And speaking of student leaders, we are going to be joined now by a panel of our student leaders who is going to tell us what life has been like for them on campus post October 7th, what they're doing about it, how they're, showing up for the Jewish people and for the community, and why they're part of Aish Ha'am as well, because they're also running an Aish Ha'am. So let's go ahead and welcome them. Hi, Dalia. Welcome.
Hi. How are you guys?
Hi, Talia.
Hi.
Welcome. Happy Hanukkah. Thank you for taking some time out of the first night of Hanukkah to join us for this very important panel. We're looking forward to hearing from you. But happy Hanukkah to all of you.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Thanks for having us.
Where are you guys joining us from?
I'm joining from Miami. I'm joining from New York.
And I'm joining from South Florida.
Amazing, amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and let Beatty take it away. Looking forward to hearing from you guys.
So we're really happy to have you all here and kind of give us an insider look on what it's like to be a student on campus since October 7th and how you've been fighting anti-Semitism and what we can do in the community to support you and to keep that going. So maybe one of you can share, how you would describe the atmosphere for Jewish students on your campus before and after October 7th. And if you noticed any significant changes in how your Jewish identity is perceived or expressed. Any of you want to start?
Yeah, I can start. So I think the atmosphere, I wasn't really at college much before October 7th. It happened like 3 weeks into the year. But before October 7th, it was normal, like happy atmosphere. People were just, stressed about the normal college things like meeting people and homework and tests. And after October 7th, it kind of fostered this environment of division and hate and discrimination. But in terms of how the Jewish identity was perceived and expressed, I think I've never seen more Jews wear Magen Davids after October 7th. I think something really unique about our community is that when someone tries to tear us down or hurt us, that in the end we just come back louder and stronger and prouder. And I think, it's hard. Like sometimes you'll second guess before saying like, oh, I'm Jewish or I'm going to spend my summer in Israel. But at the end of the day, I think if anything, it brought us closer.
Wow, I'm actually really amazed. I love that you're saying you've seen so much more Jewish pride on your campus and seeing people wearing Magen David. That's really beautiful. And it means that we're really responding in the right way. So that's really heartwarming. Talia or Noah, did either of you want to share or add anything else?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually in my final year at school when October 7th started. So I was able to see the stark contrast before and after October 7th. And something I noticed in terms of the overall Jewish identities of students on campus was the prevalence of Zionism for every Jewish student. So it was less, whereas before a lot of people were more culturally Jewish and cared less for the state of Israel. Almost every single person on campus was forced to come to terms with how their Jewish and Zionist identities are directly interlinked. And I think it, similar to what the previous point was made us stronger as a whole, because Jews have walked away being more firm in their Jewish identities and understanding more deeply how their Zionist identity is interlinked with it.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's a really, really good point. And I think that definitely October 7th made that shift happen. So Noah, maybe you can answer this. What role do you feel like the Jewish community on campus has played in supporting you and others during this time? And tell us where you are. Well, we see that you're at UPenn, but you can tell us a little bit about that.
I'm a student at UPenn. Definitely the Jewish community has supported myself and many other students in a huge way. I would say one difference from before and after October 7th that I think is super important on that also answers this question is the unity piece. And so there's so many different Jewish organizations, whether it be fraternities, sororities, Chabad, Hillel, whatever it is. And before October 7th, there was always sometimes different friend groups that only go to one place or the other. Sometimes like friendly competition or people saying, oh, I don't go here, I only go there. But after October 7th, we've really seen that these communities all come together and everybody is one Jewish family. And it's been very supportive. And so it's been awesome to see people exploring new ways to, show their Judaism, whether it's for holidays, Shabbat, just events, Jewish clubs, different things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know if you guys know this, but 12 years ago, I worked on a college campus. I was a Rebbitzin on campus at University of Arizona in Tucson. So I definitely know what you're talking about, where like there's different groups and this person goes to Chabad and this person goes to Hillel. And it's again, so, heartwarming for me to hear that you're saying you found that unity. And really a lot of what I want to bring to the United Against Antisemitism community is unity, because that's our superpower. And that's, I think, what more than anything else, October 7th has successfully done for us, is really unified us. And I hope that we can create more synergy and just work with all the organizations out there and give everyone access to those resources and like make more collaborations possible. So yeah, I'm happy to hear that. Dahlia, do you feel similarly in UCSB where you are?
Yeah, I think last year was definitely a really hard year at my school as well as many other schools around the globe. And I think having such a strong Jewish community and kind of like that unity between different groups on campus to form an even bigger and an even stronger community was really helpful. And even just like, I feel like the Jewish community was always there for me in terms of like either if I needed them to attend like a Senate meeting for some BDS legislation or just reach out to a friend to go get coffee, they were always like there.
Are there any particular like initiatives or moments that were especially meaningful for you that any of you would like to, share with us? Something that you guys did or, experienced together. Yeah, Talia, take it away.
The first thing to come to mind was immediately after October 7th, my school was actually on break. We had our fall break and everyone was at home. And I remember just like texting in all of the school Jewish group chats being like, what's going on? Like, do you guys see these numbers? They're crazy. And everyone came back to school and we were hearing what was going on other campuses. And there was kind of a forecast of like, all right, Jewish students and Jewish pro-Israel groups are going to have to step up because the overwhelming majority of students at other schools, or majority of loud students at other schools, are for some reason celebrating these horrific attacks. And within the span of one night on like October 8th or 9th, we had the largest Jewish gathering in Cornell University history for a vigil for October 7th. And it was not only attended by Jews, it was attended by allies, it was attended by professors, And I remember that night looking around and seeing just like a swarm of people. Like I couldn't even see past people, and thinking to myself, like, wow, if this is the kind of support we have and this is what note we're starting on, like, things might happen, but we're going to be fine because we have each other.
Wow. That's again highlighting that unity, but that's really, really, really amazing, really meaningful. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the challenges. Have you faced any challenges in expressing your Jewish identity or viewpoints since October 7th? I know you guys are so positive, but and Jews are, thank God, we're so good at always seeing the good in everything. But maybe you feel comfortable sharing some of the challenging moments with us.
I can go for sure. Definitely, there's been a lot of times, unfortunately, on Penn's campus that myself and other Jews have had to kind of hide that we're Jewish or take different routes than we normally would to avoid whether it's anti-Semitic riots going through our school or the encampment that was at the center of our school. Um, and even many cases where the police told Jewish students not to walk through certain areas of campus, which was just disgraceful. There was one thing that I recently reposted because I was at the Nova exhibit in Miami, and it reminded me, seeing some of that horrific footage again, was at Penn, there was a showing of some of the October 7th footage outside of the encampment, and there were people screaming, they should do it again, and pointing at Jewish students saying, "You're next." And so I was just walking through the Nova exhibit and thinking about that, and remembering, like, there are people who really not only support this, and are excited about it, but they're within our own communities on campus. And so while many Jews have become stronger from it, I know a lot of Jews who unfortunately have taken off kippot, who have tucked in their Magen David or taken it off, and just generally have become more quiet about their Judaism. And then also whether on the streets or also in the classroom. And this is something that I wanted to bring up as well on the panel, is that there's so much anti-Semitism baked into curriculums now. And people might not see it as much on the news, but it's every day in some of these classes, and Jewish students are switching out of majors and departments because of it. And so it's to the point where, we need to be really, we need to know what's going on in the curriculum. So if you're a parent watching, or if you're a student at a school, you should document whatever is going on in your classroom, especially if you're on a college campus. But if you're maybe a parent of a younger kid who's in grade school, there's similar problems there. So you should get in touch with your teachers and figure out what's going on in the classroom. Make sure that they're not being bullied for being Jewish or being taught lies about Israel.
Wow. That's a really, I didn't even consider that you'd find students like switching out of a major because the curriculum is anti-Semitic. And that's honestly just upsetting. And I think, like what you're saying, by all of us continuing to speak up and every day taking action in some small way, we hopefully can change in that area. Talia, maybe you want to share how you've personally navigated these situations and like what's helped you stay resilient through all of this.
Yeah, I mean, what's helped me stay resilient is the fact that I know that I am morally in the right here. Like these students that are protesting and these students that are celebrating the attack of Jews and these professors and administrators are morally in the wrong. And in fact, they've admitted it themselves. They advocate for the demise of the Western world freely and openly. And the fact that I know that I am consistent with my family's beliefs, and the reason I'm in the US is because I've been afforded the, graces that the Western world has provided my family and I with, that we're openly able to express our Judaism. I'm able to clearly rely on what I know to be morally correct to empower me to, I guess it's dissent, but it's absolutely makes it worth it to know that I am fighting for the truth and the right thing.
Thank you. It's clear that you are such an incredible ambassador. You speak so articulately and you have such clarity, and we really appreciate it. Dalia, what advice can you give to incoming Jewish freshmen about finding their community and balancing their Jewish identity with the broader campus experience, especially in the current climate? Like anything you have to say for anyone coming to college now?
So I think obviously a lot of us probably felt very like safe and comfortable and found a home within the Jewish community, and that's something that's helped a lot of us kind of like get through everything that's happened. But I think it's really important to also be a part of the broader campus community and get involved in other clubs and organizations that you're interested in. Because at the end of the day, you might be the Jewish friend or the Jewish student who's teaching and educating other non-Jews about what's going on. And if we sort of like isolate ourselves into solely our community, we're doing a disservice to both ourselves and the broader community in order to teach and educate them about what's going on. So I think that the balance kind of lies, everyone is different, but I think it's definitely important to get involved both in the Jewish community and outside of it.
Thank you. Before we give the audience a chance to ask any questions, I want to ask all of you, you're all participating in Aish as delegates on our slate. Would you mind sharing what that is, why it's important for you to be part of the Aish delegate, and how Jewish students can contribute to this effort?
Yeah, I think Zach explained a little bit about what the organization is. It's an amazing way to be involved in sort of the vision for the Jewish future. And so when we get elected, we'll be able to bring the college experience to the table. I think it's very important because college is not only where the next Jewish leaders are being made, but it's where all leaders are being made. So we can speak to how the Jewish community is being impacted on college campuses, and also how the broader public who isn't Jewish is being impacted to be, in many ways, unfortunately, indoctrinated into supporting anti-Semitism or anti-Israel viewpoints and falsehoods. And so we can bring that to the table.
I absolutely agree. I also think that the opposition, or our adversaries at this point, have made a really wonderful strategic plan on how to target our universities and our internal institutions here. And they've done it very nicely. They've really embedded themselves in the entire university structure, whether it be, I mean, Noah was talking about classes, but recruiting for new admissions, classes, professors, their research, like anti-Semitism and anti-Western thought is so deeply embedded in the structure of universities and at this point, American life, that we need to strategically combat what we're seeing right now. And we need to do that as a post-October 7th slate, understanding the realities of what people on college campuses are seeing, of what our universities look like, and what our most important institutions look like today. And I think that the post-October 7th student life has a really great grasp on how we strategically got here and what we can do to fix it.
We are so grateful to have you on our ballot, and we're going to encourage everyone to vote, aish.com/vote, to be part of it. Dalia, anything you wanted to add about that, why you're running, what it means for you?
I think I definitely agree with what both of you said. And just adding on, I think it's really important to not only get like a more like a student voice and someone who's like experienced the anti-Semitism on campus on the ballot, which is something that Aish is really focused in on. But also I think Aish, or something that is really big at Aish, is unity. So students that not necessarily all like think exactly alike, or there's influencers, or there's other people who are kind of approaching this from all different angles and different viewpoints, but coming together to see what's best for the community as a whole.
Thank you. That's a beautiful explanation as well. Just one question, yes, from the audience. If any of you want to answer what it means to be a Zionist and support Zionism.
The story of Hanukkah. You know, we're indigenous to Israel. We won. In the Hanukkah story, we'll win again. And this is our land, this is our people, this is our culture, and we have to be proud of that. So that's just what I bring in my Zionism to our college campus, and that's how I live it in my day-to-day.
Yes, I love that. Maybe you guys can give him a joke to laugh. We're too serious. We just take things too seriously. Anyone else want to answer about what Zionism means for you, Talia or Dalia?
I think Noah said it perfectly. We, the Jews, led the greatest decolonialization project in the entire world. And we have our land back. And, you know, the concept of Zionism as a whole shouldn't even exist because we own the land. That's it.
Awesome. We are so grateful to have you here. We're so excited for you to be part of the community, for everyone to join this community. So you, like, one of the beautiful things that I think makes United Against Antisemitism special is that we have this combination of student leaders and people who are more active and really involved, but you don't have to be doing anything to join the community, and you can get mentorship. We can get help from you. You guys are setting an example for so many of us of what we can do in our daily lives. And that's what I love about this community, because it's for everyone, but we have access to mentors like you, to experts, to historians, and we actually are really excited. Coming up in just 2 weeks, we're going to be hosting our On the Mic series starting every other week. And we have our very first guest, Shai Davidi. So we're really going to continue bringing the best content, the best ways for all of us to stay informed, make a difference, and contribute to the Jewish people. And that's really what the community is about. And we just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank each of you, not only for coming here tonight, but for your tireless work on behalf of the Jewish people, for being a shining example of what it means to be an ambassador of God wherever you go, and for just being proud and resilient and, never taking no, not making the world a better place and safer place for all of us, for all of humanity, because that's ultimately what we are doing as Jews here. So thank you so much, and happy Hanukkah, and just enjoy the rest of the holiday with your families, and hopefully you'll be enjoying your vacation. And thanks for showing up here today. We really appreciate you guys.
Chag Sameach. Thanks for having us.
Chag Sameach.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful to see all of them. And I think, whenever I hear our student leaders speak, I have so much hope, because if this is the next generation, I think we're in good hands. It definitely, you see so much negativity on a daily basis. You see, if you turn on the news, if you go on social media, what have you, you see so much negativity. And when you hear from the student leaders and you see their perspective and the zeal that they have and the knowledge that they have and the strength that they have to, be growing up and to becoming of age and, moving it from a student into their professional life during these very, very trying times. And this is the way that they look at it. And this is their outlook. And this is how they, feel about it. It's very, very encouraging, I think. So that was lovely.
I'm definitely leaving this event super amped, super inspired, so excited by what we can do when we come together, and that we have such incredible people, like every single one of you tonight who participated, our student panelists, our comedians. We all, in our own unique ways, are here to fight anti-Semitism and bring more unity into the world. And I'm just so energized by this evening. So thank you. Thank you so much.
So we're going to go ahead and do another giveaway, because it is Hanukkah after all. So we do have another giveaway to do. And then after that, Bidi will be going back to you just to remind everyone how they can be a part of United Against Antisemitism and what it's all about and what's coming up for us soon. So let's go ahead and do the giveaway. We have the names here. And this giveaway is actually dedicated to our audience, to all of you who took the time to sign up and join us here tonight on the first night of Hanukkah. So we're going to be pulling 2 names out of the box. So stay tuned. Hopefully these people are here live. If not, it's okay. We will reach out to you afterwards. Let's go ahead and drum roll, please. See who we have. Let's see who we have. The first name is Danielle Guterman. Danielle Guterman. Are you
here? You are the winner of our $100 Amazon gift card. Thank you for participating.
I don't know if she's here or not. We'll have to check the comments. I'm going to go ahead and pick out another name. And the second name is Joanna Flores. Joanna. Are you here?
Are you here? If you're here, type your comment. You'll still get the prize either way. We're so glad that you came, and just keep showing up. Yes, Joanna's here. We're celebrating with you.
Hi.
Gift card coming your way.
And happy Hanukkah.
And Thank you.
You're
Thank
both
you.
here. That's crazy. Yay. Happy Hanukkah, guys. So glad you guys took time to join us today. Yay. That's so cool. I'm just going to display that they're here for a second. Hi. I wonder where you're joining us from. So cool to have you here. Okay, cool. We're a little bit over time, but that was such an interesting evening that I think it's okay. Before we wrap up, Beatty, just take a moment again to tell everyone how they can be a part of the community. And also you mentioned a little bit before what's coming up for us in January. We have some exciting things on the docket. So just take a moment to tell everyone again. We're also going to be putting the link in the chat now, so you can go ahead and join. Go ahead, Beatty.
So our community is super easy to join. It's hosted on the Aish Plus platform. You make a login, join, and you get access to resources, experts, discussion group, take action, daily actionable items that you can do from the comfort of your home. The way I look at it, for me, it's like minimal investment to be part of something much bigger and make a difference, and know that every single day, no matter where I am, no matter what's going on in my life, I can be plugged in and connected to this community dedicated to combating anti-Semitism. We want to grow it. We want to make it bigger. And that's going to be thanks to you. So please take a moment to join. We have a really exciting event coming up in 2 weeks, same place, same time, same day, Wednesday, January 8th. We have our first speaker series on the mic with Shai Davidi. And again, you get access to Shai. You got to ask him all your questions. We're going to have a really interesting discussion, and it's only going to be accessible in the community. So we hope you'll join. We're so glad that you made it here tonight. Happy Hanukkah. And please feel free to ask me anything on the community. Message me if you need guidance. I'm here for you. I want to support you. I want to make this, make it possible for you to join and make a difference from wherever you are in the world. So thank you.
It's really, really simple to sign up. You just click the link, and then it takes about a minute to set up your profile. And once you're in, you'll see Jews from all over the world. We have people, it's so amazing every time we go in the community and we see that there are people from Brazil, from Europe, from Australia. So it's really, and it's amazing to have that community effect. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. As a Jew, you're always facing very similar things, and that's what brings the unity. So like we said, click the link. It takes about a minute to sign up and put up a profile, and then you're in. So we're looking forward to next 2 weeks with Shai Davidi on the mic. We'll see you guys then, and we thank you all again for joining us for this event, for taking time out of your evening. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Happy Hanukkah. Have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy the holiday.